In case you didn't know, I actually have a Snapchat account. If you want to follow me there, it's super simple. You just type in the username Simply Sydney XO, SIMPLY, Sydney, SIDNEYXO. No spaces. Follow me on Snap. See what I'm up to. I'm your host, Fit Sid, and welcome back to Dirty CEO, where we go balls deep into the reality of what people are really thinking. Now let's get into it. Dirty CEO. Hey everyone, it's your girl Fit Sid, and welcome back to Dirty CEO. I'm here with my bestie again. And today we're going to focus on talking about turn-ons and turn-offs when it comes to like dating, talking to guys, and I want to hear your opinions too. And then also we're going to talk about awkward experiences that she has experienced helping film my.
Yes.
So if you're curious, these are always like things that are kind of like behind the scenes that people don't talk about. And I think it's kind of fun because like I feel like during COVID, like she didn't really see like what it was like. She was just helping me film.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then like when COVID kind of went away, I was like, hey, like, do you like your job's remote? Like, do you want to like come with me and like help me do this? And like when I do like my sexting and stuff on my OnlyFans, like you can just like work your other job and stuff. And so like she was like, yeah, like, you know, I obviously like just for the record, like I pay for her like ticket and her food while she helps me film because like that's the least I can do. But I feel like a lot of things that have happened we never thought would happen.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So one recent thing that actually happened, we were filming in Vegas and this guy, he's super sweet, super amazing, absolutely love him.
Yeah.
Sid was fluffing him and she's like sucking his
like a little backstory. If you guys don't know what fluffing is, it's a fluffer. Basically, I'm getting this dude hard to fuck another girl.
Yeah.
He already had started fucking her at this point, too. Like,
oh, yeah, but he, like, kept coming back for he was like, Sid, I want you. Like, please let me you suck my... Like, he wanted her so bad.
But it was hard because, like, I wasn't wet. Like, I need foreplay to... And, like, you know this. I feel like anyone needs it.
Yeah,
but his dick is, like, the size of my forearm.
Huge.
So,
Huge.
I already need foreplay with, like, a 5-incher. His is, like, 11 inches and, like, thick as... Like, I needed more than just, like, him sticking it in. So, it was kind of a hard thing because I was trying to fluff him, but, like, I can't even really fit my fucking mouth around him.
Yeah.
So, she's over here watching that happen as he's, like, trying to get hard for this girl. And then, as I'm sucking his... I think I'm sucking his... Or maybe he was fucking me. I don't even know.
Yeah, so I was telling Sid, I was like, let me film this because it looks so good. And, like, content is content.
Yeah.
And as, like, she's sucking his... He, like, looks over at me. He starts laughing. And he grabs my ass. And not only does he grab it, but he, like, holds it there for a few minutes. And I'm just, like, I get still. I mean, I was a little uncomfortable, but I just didn't know what to do in that situation. Yeah. I was just like, what is going on? And then he, like, kind of seen in my face that it, like, wasn't really funny. So he immediately took his hand off. And when he, like, Sid was done sucking his, he immediately apologized, was like, I'm so sorry, super sincere. And I was like, no, like, it's okay. Because I think sometimes people forget, like, when I'm helping you, I'm still a civilian. Like, I'm not in the industry.
Yeah.
So they think it's okay.
And also, too, like, it's not okay. Like, when you know, because you're there with, like, the paperwork that we do. You're there with the talks of do's and don'ts.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't even ask her, like, is this okay or is this not? Like, you, like, people don't realize this. And a lot of new girls that do, like, OnlyFans, because I started out by, like, shooting with real girls. Like, and when I say real girls, like everyone that does OnlyFans is doing porn without even realizing it, whether they want to admit it or not. But I was shooting with people like Sarah J, who literally she's been in for 16 years and showed me, like, I would just listen to them and like let them run the show. And like I would take how they handled situations and apply it to like when I would shoot with people to make it more professional, to make it safe. And a lot of the time these people that I would shoot with, like when I first started, would like ask me. And this guy was newer. And he obviously started with girls that are like more OnlyFans lifestyle.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, people do talk about those things in the lifestyle, but like it's like on set, like before you start, you know the talks that I have.
Yeah. And you're known in the industry as being very, very professional. Everybody that I've met that you've worked with, you're like, oh, Sid, like, we know you're going to pull out your paperwork. You have your pens. Like, you're ready to sign documentation, take pictures. Like, you're prepared. You're known as professional.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing, though, is, like, it was weird because when I realized what had just happened to you, I was like, what the fuck? Like, we don't do that.
Yeah,
like, no one, I have never had an experience where someone, like, you know, we have the typical guys flirting with you.
Yeah.
Especially when you had braces.
Oh, my God, I know. That was, like, the biggest thing. Like, I didn't realize how many men actually like my braces. And I didn't realize it was actually a fish. Like, when I was on dating apps, like, people's open liners would be like, oh my God, my couple looks so good in between your braces. And I was like, that's really what you're going to start with? Like, the first thing you're going to say to me? But yeah, like, I would get guys flirting with me and I'm like, oh no, I'm okay. Thank you.
And like, wasn't there a time that you said you were a lesbian?
Oh yeah, I said I was a lesbian and I've been with my girlfriend for 3 years. Yeah.
But it's funny because, like, it's so sad that, like, you have to say those things. Because I think, okay, I'm not saying every person is like that. Because they're definitely not.
Yeah.
But, like, there are certain times where either they're, like, trying to get hard and they're trying to find anything they find attractive in the room to, like, focus on. And then other times they want every girl in the room. And I'm talking about mainly men. Like, they want everyone to be hitting on them and it boosts their ego and gets them hard. Like,
oh, yeah.
I know for me, when I'm shooting with a guy and he's complimenting me and, like, touching me, like Chris Rail.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
We're going to talk about that.
Yes, we really should.
Oh, yeah. Well, with Chris, like, the moment he walked through the door, you remember how he was treating me. He was, like, immediately, like, flirting with me, touching me. And, like, and, like, I know him super well at this point. And, like, with Chris Rail, like, people actually used to say bad things about him.
But he's so sweet. The nicest guy ever.
Yeah, but it was because he was involved with a girl who had a lot of issues. And I'm not going to talk about her issues on here. But she had a lot of issues. And he was part of the problem, probably. Like, I'm going to be honest. Like, I feel like when you're in a toxic relationship, like, bad shit happens, right?
Yeah.
Well, and that's no excuse for, like, if anything happened that was true. But it's all allegations. So I have no idea. But when I finally got to meet him and know him and stuff, like, he has been nothing but sweet, kind, respectful.
Oh, yes, every time.
But also, too, like, once we got to know each other, he could gauge the, like, how to treat me, like, what I liked and stuff. And, like, I didn't even have to really tell him, but, like, he always would ask, like, what are you not okay with? Like, you know, and I don't do anal. Like, I just started playing with my asshole. Like, I haven't gotten a dick in there yet. And there's one, like, the first time I shot with him, he, like, flirted with me. And I think a lot of guys like that too, and it made me feel good.
Yeah.
What happened during that shoot?
Okay, so that scene, immediately going into it, you could, like, feel the chemistry. Like, it was just a really good scene overall. Oh, just amazing. Like, if I ever had a like that, I would chef's kiss. Like, I hope to have a like that. So if you haven't seen that scene, you need to watch it. But towards the end of it, Sid kind of gives me, like, the okay, like, we're done. And I'm like, okay, cool.
Because he already came at this point, and I thought we were done.
So, like, I'm transferring over, like, the video, airdropping it, whatever.
You were? Oh, yeah,
I think so, yeah. And then out of nowhere, I just hear them fucking again. And there's, like, growling and, like, loud moaning. And I'm, like, terrified.
We're, so, like, animalistic
yeah,
at this point.
No, it was insane. So then I, like, locked myself in my room, like, and I can hear them because we have, like, a connecting room, I think. Yeah. And I was, like, terrified sitting in the corner. I was like, I hope she's okay. Like, do I keep going? Do I keep filming? Like, I've never had an experience like that. And Sid will usually give me, like, the, okay, like, go in the room. I told her
it was fine. And then, like, she was standing there as we continue, like, going. And I just, like, was so into it because I hadn't been that way. Like,
yeah. It was good.
Yeah. Like, he came twice, which was, like, really, in my opinion, a huge compliment. Like, I also like quick comers. He's not a quick comer, but... But, like, I like quick comers because I see when a guy comes for me, that's such a compliment.
Yeah.
So when that happened and the first time, I just thought we were done because, like, you know,
that's what I assumed
that's how
too.
content goes. But then, like, oh my God, it was like
it just kept going and going, and I think you forgot I was in the room for a minute.
Yeah.
And then he had to tell you, is she gonna come back and film?
Yeah. He
and
literally like, looks up and I was like,
come back. And I was like, oh, okay.
But it was funny because, like, when that happened, I literally was just enjoying myself. And, you know, like, for a while, I wasn't, like, not that I wasn't enjoying, like, I enjoy it, okay?
Yeah.
But it was, like, different because, like, I felt such an insane amount of chemistry. And, like, I definitely consider that, like, godly sex.
Oh, 100%.
And I don't have godly sex every time I shoot. Like, no one does. You know what I mean? Like, there's people that you, like, mesh with, but it's, like, not godly, you know?
Yeah.
And he made me really hard. But then the thing that was just, like, so freaking attractive was the fact that besides that, he took the time to, like, make me feel good before we started shooting.
Yeah.
which I think is why like that shoot with that guy that touched your butt didn't go that well, because the model that he was shooting with did not flirt with him, was not putting off like me energy. And I'm not saying you have to, it's a professional scene, but if a guy is struggling with getting hard,
like, it just makes it go. It's better. And the
but also
chemistry's
too, it's not that it's part of your job to fluff, but be pleasant. Make them feel like you want to fuck them. Like, I don't know, like I'm pretty professional when I shoot with people. Like I make sure to get all the paperwork. I make sure to like go over nose, and like I still make it sexy. Like in the process, like I'll like touch their back or like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I do. I try and like flirt with them and like get them in the mood.
Oh yeah.
But I don't have to like, even if I have a boyfriend, like I've been single for a long time now shooting. And like, even though like, I know like, even if you have a boyfriend, like that's something that you just still usually do, but it's not like the same as like the way you flirt with someone that you like just want to fuck. Like it's different. Like you're just like letting them do paperwork. And like some things that I do is like, I'll lean over and have my tits in their face while they're doing the paperwork.
Oh yeah, she's very like, you put your I know. I know exactly what you do, and I'm like, okay, I see you.
And like I'll just do little stuff like that, or like when they hug me, I'll make sure my tits are like on their fucking chest, like stuff like that, or you know, just little touches and stuff like really helps someone feel good, and then you compliment them. But she like that model specifically like didn't do that, so it was kind of hard because like I feel like he like needed some stimulation in his brain,
and she wasn't giving it at all.
No, and like also too, like I think she had a boyfriend at the time, so she like didn't know how to handle that situation.
I forgot about that.
And I think too, like a lot of new models, they don't know how to handle that, and you just don't do anything you feel uncomfortable with. But like, it's like when you go to a business meeting and you're talking to someone, like you don't want to seem like you're not down to do business.
They're not gonna want you. Like they're not gonna want to have anything to do with you. So I get that. Yeah.
But I'm trying to think of what other traumatizing experiences.
Sweden.
Oh,
that was the most traumatizing. Should we talk about that? Let's talk about that.
I'll let you roast me for a second.
Okay, so we are out in Sweden, and can I say names?
Yeah.
Okay, so we were out in Sweden, and Rowan was with us.
Yeah.
We were in this really small cabin. No AC, windows open.
No Wi-Fi.
No Wi-Fi.
Like I had to pay so much for my data there.
Yeah, it was insane.
Yeah.
No doors. They literally had curtains. And the rooms, I'm not even kidding you. So like the two rooms were not even like a few feet apart. Yeah. And then the rooms to the living room were maybe
so like
5 feet.
The rooms had bunk beds, but they were literally like all you could do was stand next to the wall, and the bunk bed would basically touch you.
Yeah, literally.
And like the first night that I was there, Rowan and I hadn't had sex at that point.
I don't think we did, yeah.
No, we hadn't. I know we hadn't. Like real sex. I'm not talking like this.
Yeah.
But basically like Rowan and I, like he came there to shoot content with me and hang out and have a good time. And when he came to Sweden, like we had never had sex. So the first night we didn't sleep in the same bed. We all slept in bunk beds separately. And you and I were in the bunk bed. In one room, which was super small. And like anytime I like tossed and turned, it was like
you could hear it. It was super creaky.
And then he was in the other room, and they're both small. Like literally not even the size of a tiny bedroom. Like they were like, you would take a tiny bedroom and like cut it in half and put a wall in it, and like that was the room.
It's like probably the size of a bathroom. Like they're really tiny.
Literally like my bathroom.
Yeah.
But so that happened, right? And then like the next night it was so uncomfortable. I slept in the living room on the pullout because it was like bigger. And then he came in and joined me because he was like, "You want to watch a movie or whatever?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then like what happened?
So they're doing their own thing. I'm sleeping because it's like 3 a.m, maybe 4.
Yeah. And probably 3. It started at like 3.
And immediately, so like I can tell the difference when like Sid's really into it and like she's into it. I know her most.
I love sex, but like you can tell the difference when I'm animalistic versus not.
100%. So I immediately get woken up to Sid moaning, and I'm like, so I can't move because then they're gonna know I'm up. I don't want to interrupt them. I want to be courteous.
And also the bathroom, you have to walk through the living room to go to.
So it kind of just progresses from there. Like they're full on fucking like,
and the
you
bed's
hear
a pull-out
the bed
bed.
like move, like they're moving the fucking bed. Like you just hear skin like slapping. Like it is hardcore sex. Sid is like screaming. She's like, pull my hair. Like it was just so in like the things that I heard, I was like, there's no fucking
Was
way.
I like making weird noises?
Oh, you were. You were basically growling. Like I was. I thought there was a fucking animal in the room. Like it was traumatizing.
There's only curtains.
Yeah, and my AirPods are in my backpack, and
She didn't want to get up and move.
I couldn't get up and grab them because my backpack's on the other side of the room. I'm in this bed that's like so creaky. Even if you move like an inch,
Did you sleep on the top?
No, I slept on the bottom.
Okay, that's what I was. Okay,
but I couldn't. I was like, maybe I can be like a ninja and like roll over and like do it smoothly. No, I was like, I'm not even gonna.
I probably wouldn't have heard you. I was getting so good.
Yeah, I was like, I'm just gonna sit here and patiently wait until they're done. It probably went on for another like hour and a half. They were probably fucking for almost 2 hours, and I was like, oh,
which is so crazy to me because I remember like the first time we had sex, like I don't know if we filmed it.
I don't think you did.
Maybe I don't know. Like,
wait, no, wasn't the first time in the woods?
No, that was like the fourth day.
Really? I honestly, then I don't remember.
I feel like we did film it the first time earlier that day. I think we filmed it earlier that day.
Yeah, you're right.
And then at night, like it just happened. And I think he was like trying, like I think he was like still horny, but like the thing with guys is like they don't want to film every fucking time they have sex.
Yeah.
So that time it was like so fucking good. And then we filmed it like a ton of other times. And poor fucking you're over here like it's like fucking 10 o'clock in the morning and we're all like barely waking up. And like then I'm like, hey, you want me to suck your and then like all you hear after a little bit of like
oh yeah, I heard it all.
Yeah, you're hearing that and then you hear like this. What would you rate it from hearing it?
Oh, it was a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
It sounded so I was like, okay, this actually sounds really good. I think this is such good.
I think, and it's funny because I don't know who knows this, but like I met Rowan, you guys, when I was in Miami, and we like hit it off instantly, just like getting along, and like, and I feel like that's something that's really interesting is like you meet people and you think to yourself like, oh, this person's just like, I don't know, like they're not gonna ever talk to me again, and then like we kept like casually like checking up on each other, and then I was like, hey, like, do you want to come to Sweden with me? And like, I don't know if you guys know this, some of you guys may or may not. But I, like, most of my family is in Sweden. Like, I am a Swedish citizen. That is my home. That is, like, my place where I feel, like, amazing. I just feel revived. You know that. Like, seeing me there.
It was amazing. It was so awesome. Seeing you there, you were a completely different person.
Yeah. And like, I love the States. But Sweden is, like, my escape, And so when I was there, it was really nice to have, like, someone that, like could film with me. And, like, before I even was going to Sweden, like, we knew that. That's why, like, you ended up coming along because like I needed someone to film. And I also think you just wanted to see Sweden.
I loved it. It was amazing. It was probably one of the best experiences ever because I had never been out of the country, but it was just the people, like the food, the weather, like it was just like so different than what I thought. Like I've never been anywhere like that before. Yeah.
And also like when I'm in Sweden, I usually am like in the countryside. So I'm not in the big city. It's a totally different vibe. You really get to connect with yourself and be active. And like, we only had 2 bikes.
So when Rowan got there, he used my bike and I was like, okay, that's fine. So I'm sitting on the back of the bike. I'm like, bro, my ass is fucking broken. Like it is like little like metal, like I don't even know what, like it was like a little basket.
A grate, yeah.
It hurt so bad that I was like layering a jacket on top of a jacket to be comfortable. And I'm like, Sid, we're gonna fucking fall. Like, don't kill me.
Because I'd be laughing and then like swerving on accident because she'd make me laugh.
Or the night that we both drank and you had to drive, bike us home drunk.
I wasn't driving. I was biking us home.
Yeah, biking us home.
That was fun. And that place, like for me, Sweden is just like different. Like it's just a different culture. Like a lot more like healthy. Like you can drink, but like still eat really well. It's different. Like, you know what I mean? Bar food isn't the same.
Super good.
Yeah.
The pizza and the pizza salad. Oh my God, guys, if you ever go to Sweden.
She doesn't like vegetables really, and she loved the pizza salad.
It was so good. Well, it's like cabbage and
vinegar and
salt and pepper.
Yeah.
It's something, but you put it on top of your pizza and you eat it with it. It is so good.
Yeah,
like,
she didn't let me eat hers. That's how much she liked it.
Yeah, I was like, no, excuse you.
Yeah, I was surprised because she doesn't usually like eat that kind of stuff. But
yeah,
that was amazing. And then I think too, like it was just so nice to be able to like show people that like normally don't go to Sweden, like show them like where I grew up, my memories, like things that really like matter to me and have them actually excited to try them. What'd you think about the ice cream?
It was good. It was so good. It was different ice cream than here for sure. I don't really know how to describe it, but it was like creamier.
Yeah.
had more dairy, I guess. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know how, but the dairy tasted different. Like, it was just so
It's also
good.
like cleaner food there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So much cleaner.
I hope that I get to go back again this summer, you guys, because like that is like my like sanctuary. But I feel like it's kind of cool because like whenever someone comes to like visit me there, like I hope I get to get another guy to go because like it was so much fun. Like I f***ed on a train, a bus.
Oh, you sucked on a bus.
Yeah.
That was very fun.
What else? I know I did other places. Public restroom.
The woods.
I'm
trying to think where else. I feel like you did so many things while we were out there.
There was so much. But I can't have it on OnlyFans. So
yeah.
If you guys want that, you can hit me up. But a lot of it was like public content. It was really fun. And like it was places that like I'm comfortable. I don't think we did it on the beach. That was something I wanted to do. But
there was always people there. So that one was very difficult.
I know. Yeah. But it was just like such a cool experience. And I think too, it was like really funny because like we were really roughing it. Like the cabin was very small. When I tell you guys very small, like it was 3 of us in this cabin and like I didn't care, but like definitely like there was one bathroom, no AC, middle of summer, and like it's humid. Like we're used to like Arizona being dry.
Icing on the cake was there was mosquitoes everywhere. And Rowan would just like it was the funniest thing. He would be in the bathroom and you would just hear him like kill a mosquito.
He'd, like, smack it.
And you would see like a dead mosquito on like the mirror or in the shower.
Yeah. And I'd be showering, I just look eye level and there's a fucking splattered mosquito. But it was like really nice to have people to show where I like, spent so much time and all that. But I hope that like one day I can find a guy that like I'm in love with, and like take them there and show them all these cool places and like then one day have kids and like show them like Sweden.
I can see that.
But also like have them be with my family there because obviously my family's there.
But your family's so sweet. They're amazing, like inviting people. Like I loved meeting her family. Different than her. Sid's very crazy.
Yeah, and they're all wholesome.
They're very wholesome. Not saying that you're not wholesome, but
I don't think we can. We know I'm not.
You're wholesome.
I'm wholesome when but like I feel like also like they're like wholesome inside and out. Like there's literally not a crazy speck inside of them.
100%. But they're amazing, great people. I love them.
I love my family.
And as I'm talking, just a little reminder, you can always go to onlyfans.com/fitsid for my VIP OnlyFans. Has all of my scenes unlocked right on the feed, my pictures, everything. I reply to direct messages there every single day. And then I also have a free OnlyFans page, which is onlyfans.com/xxx Fit Sid. So if you're interested in seeing my OnlyFans content, you can go there. If you'd like to see my other stuff, you can go to fitsid.com. You can find my socials. And thank you so much for the support. I always appreciate it.
Yeah, it's really, there's things that I've like put you through. I'm trying to think. Like
definitely you sucking Rowan's behind me on the bus. That was fun. Though. That was
you
fun.
were really nervous I was gonna get caught. And I was like, nah, dude, like the girl behind me sleeping, she won't notice.
I was like, you are okay, you're crazy. That just showed me. But I loved it. I don't think there's really ever been any other crazy experiences. I mean, we've been in like bars and stuff on like trips, and there's been guys that like have been really, really pushy, and like I try to like end the conversation.
Oh yeah.
And they like try to hand me like business cards, and they're like, no, but like let me tell you, and I'm like, no, I'm okay.
Yeah, that is what's interesting. Like, people are so pushy.
But I'm not saying all people are pushy because there really are like amazing people in the industry.
In my opinion, it's usually the people that like they're not actually in the industry. Like they're just trying to get in.
Oh, 100%.
Because I feel like when I got in, I didn't experience that because I did stuff solo. But a lot of people try to get in and like tell you they know what they're doing, but they don't.
Yeah.
I think that's the interesting thing is like a lot of guys like try and get in, but they don't understand like you need to like earn your like the respect. You need to be able to like work with some people and like don't tell them you know what you're doing because you don't. Like just like listen to the people that are OGs and like know what they're doing. Like that's how I started like actually working with other people. I worked with people who were OGs. I respected them. I did not tell them I knew what the fuck I was doing because I didn't.
I think you also had like you have respect for yourself. Like I feel like there's some people in the industry that are just trying to make quick money, fast money, and they like just lose all self-respect for themselves. And they do like
and then they go crazy.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like it's not even like what they're doing. It's like they'll do something they're actually not okay with.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they do that, it like they lost their respect because they didn't think about like, is this gonna make me feel good?
Yeah.
And I honestly think like it just depends on the person. Like I know a lot of girls that have like they have like crisis when they're shooting because they don't even know who they are.
Yeah.
And for me, like I feel like I've always, for the most part, like I don't think I've ever had a shoot I've like regretted.
Mm-hmm.
But I also know like I'm the type of person that like asks myself. I do a lot of like self-reflection where I'll be like,
Yeah.
like my most recent self-reflection, you guys, has been like, if I got into another relationship, like would I want to be monogamous with just them, or like would I still be fucking other people? Because my last relationship, I was still shooting with a ton of other people, and like he was totally fine with it. But like I feel like the older I get, which I'm not even that old, I just wonder like what's gonna change. Like when I want to have kids, like I definitely wouldn't want to be fucking a ton of other dudes while I'm pregnant, you know what I mean? And like even with girls, you know what I mean? Like and it's interesting because I just don't know. Like I want to be so deeply in love, but I just wonder like what that will be, because I know I was in love before.
Oh yeah.
But it just depends on the person. Like
True.
what my boundaries are going to be. And I think sometimes people don't reflect on that and know what they want. Just like when you're picking a dude, like what are your turn-ons and turn-offs? Like things that make you like either continue talking to someone or not.
I don't know. I feel like for me, it's complicated because.
Oh, it's complicated?
I don't know. Like, I just feel like I'm in a place where, like, I love all the red flags. So I want, like, I'm just used to, like, the no texting, like, being they'll
which
talk
I'm not.
to me when they're.
I'm opposite.
Yeah. I get that all the time. And I'm trying to learn, like, I deserve better.
Yeah.
And, like, with that one guy that was all completely green flags, he kind of just, I guess, checked all the boxes for me. Like, he communicated with me. Like, he understood. Well, okay. I guess for me, like, what I have to have in a person is like respect my job, understand that like my family is very, very important to me. And if they don't have like the same values that I do, it's not going to work. So if they can understand where I'm coming from, like that's a green flag for me. Like I want that. That's immediately like, okay, like I can see a future with you. But if you're not family oriented, immediate red flag. Like I know the toxic guy, I'm like, I would never bring him to my family's house. I would never invite him over because my family would be like, who is this guy? Like,
why is he treating you like that?
Yeah, like he is just not
yeah.
Like just his energy too. And I'm like, no, I cannot have that. I guess being like positive, like happy, secure with yourself. Like if you're not secure with yourself, like this is not gonna work. I can't have you hung up on somebody, not having your shit together, and like
or like questioning what you're doing, where you're going, and who you're with. Like
exactly.
Like I love being open and telling people, and I feel like you are too. Like you'll be
100%.
like, oh, I was with my Nina. Oh, I did this. Like,
oh yeah,
you're not like someone that's shy about that. But I feel like certain guys like think you're lying. Not you, but like think that someone's lying. And like for me, I'm such an open book. When I like someone, like I tell them about my whole fucking day, and then I feel like I turn them off. I feel like they're like, why did you have to tell me all that? And I'm over here like, well, I thought you liked me. Like, is that not the case? I feel like I'm an overshare.
I am too, but I think we have to find people that like that. I think we got to find like quiet, timid guys that aren't oversharers, so that we can just talk. Because
but I also feel like, I don't know, like those guys, I feel like I scare away too.
Well, I mean, you do come off a little much, but like I love you. I know who you are. I know your humor. I know you inside out.
I feel like sometimes I say things and people don't understand my humor.
Yes.
And then you know that one guy that I matched with a little bit ago, and he did get my humor?
Yes.
It's so annoying because like he wants to take me out, but I'm scared.
I feel like you can't be scared. Like
you just go for it.
Either jump in or you don't.
Yeah,
like,
I know, and I don't feel like jumping into it.
You need to jump in.
Yeah, but I feel like there's other dudes that like probably would fit my whole life a little bit better. Like he gets my humor, but like I feel like he's not it. You know when you get a gut feeling and you're like you're such a good dude, but like we're not the right fit.
Well, like speaking of that, I saw an interview that Halsey did, and her mom was saying that don't go for the guy that gives you butterflies. That's your body telling you that something's wrong, like you're not completely safe. Go for the safe guy, the safe bet. He's going to always make you feel good, make you feel secure. Not that you need to have a man to make you feel secure, but I like totally resonate with that.
I think relationships, you should feel secure.
Yeah.
You should never question how they feel about you. You should never question what they're doing behind your back, how they're talking about you. Like, like I personally would never put myself in a relationship again where like I had to question.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like anything. Like I knew where I stood with my ex, and like I don't think I could ever like I don't think I could ever settle on like someone who like makes me feel like I don't know where we stand. Like I want someone that like even if I like went and shot like a bang, like they would like I would never have to question how they feel, because like I like to be like open and upfront. Like it's never like I would lie about those things. But I feel like some guys like they just don't know how to handle it.
Yeah, and I feel like for you too, like people want to come home and talk about their day and like vent about things. And if you can't have a man that is accepting of your job and understand that like your job and your personal life are separate, it's not gonna work. Because you still are a person outside of this job. Like you aren't some crazed person that all your life is sucking people. Like that's
there's a lot more to me.
So much more to you. And like they have to see that.
And I think too, because like I feel like during COVID, I kind of just like all I did was work. All I did was talk dirty. And like I love that. I love doing that. But I also feel like during COVID, like I didn't do a lot else, because like my favorite things to do are like travel, play badminton, play pickleball. I just took up playing volleyball. And like just being social and cultured. I love history and being techie and like nerdy. Like that's how this podcast came about. And I feel like a lot of the time people just don't, and my dogs, I'm crazy about my dogs. But but I feel like a lot of the time people don't see those other things, because like I do sometimes throw off a ditzy personality, because like I just, anytime I've ever been serious, it's like, I feel like I'm like boring. And I think too, like that's the hard part. Is like if a guy's going to make you feel dumb for being serious, they're not it.
They're not.
But also like when I get ditzy, sometimes they don't take me seriously.
I just feel like your personality is kind of all over the place, and you need someone that can understand the craziness and just you in general.
Like when I'm like goofy, I want them to laugh and like have fun with me. But when I'm serious or in like this mode of like
business mode, like grind mode,
or like workout mode, like they're like, I don't want someone to think something's wrong. I just want them to understand like I'm not being a little goof right now. I'm not being a goober.
Yeah, and I feel like once you like have a connection with somebody and they like see like, oh, I really want to be with you, I like you as a person, they'll learn all your quirks and how you are in general, because you do have a lot of quirks. Not saying that they're bad.
No,
your
but
quirks are amazing.
I think everyone too is human. Like you have your own quirks, and like I feel like the right person will embrace every single one of them. Embrace like the fact that you're not really confrontational. Like I can be confrontational, and like you're not like that. And I think like that's another thing too, is just people understanding like that's how you work. Or like with me, like I'm blunt. Like I'm gonna tell you what I'm thinking. Like
100%.
I'm and I want to like I'm gonna tell you. Or like I want to go to dinner. Like I will literally tell you like I want to come over and cuddle. And like some people can't handle like me being blunt and like not talking like around like the path.
Or you being overly affectionate.
Yeah.
You love the touchy-feely stuff.
You hate it. But I'm the only person you'll hug. I will take that to the grave, you guys. Literally, like, I'm the only person that she'll hug. One time, who was it? One of my friends tried to hug you.
Yeah, and I was like, please don't touch me.
Yeah, and I had just hugged you, and I was like, I feel so special.
I was like, I don't want to be touched.
Yeah.
But I've always been like that. I really haven't been. I'm only affectionate when I want to be affectionate. And that's like another problem that I have is I have to find somebody that understands that.
We're like polar opposites.
Yeah.
Because I'm over here like, touch me, feel me.
You're like, Angelica, just like touch my arm.
Yeah, like
just
I'll
give
be
me
like,
a hug. And I'm like, okay. I'm just kidding.
No, I know. But yeah, no, I think that's what's also interesting is like everyone's different. For me, I think like turn-ons would be like someone who has a similar sense of humor, because if they don't understand like that I'm joking about things, it's not gonna work. I think too, like someone that has like, I want someone that has crazy chemistry with me. Like it turns me on when I can feel that they like me too. Someone that's a good communicator.
Yeah.
I think that's really important for me, because like I get really turned off if someone like plays games or ignores me.
Yeah.
Just because like I don't want to have to question like what they're doing, what they're thinking. Like it's not fun.
Yeah.
I think too, like someone who like loves their family and loves animals, because for me, like I'm super close to my family, and like I also like I'm in love with my dogs and I love them so much, and like I could never be with someone who like doesn't like animals.
Yeah.
Preferably no one that has a cat, because for me, like I'm allergic to cats, but like if they have a dog, great. I also think too, someone being open-minded, like if we're talking about something, like I hate when someone like shuts down
Yeah.
and can't like have a conversation about something and they get defensive, because for me, like I want someone that's like going to be excited to talk about anything,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of the time, like guys, sometimes they don't have that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
no, I get you.
I just know like the person that I want in my life, I want them to like help me, not help me, but like I want us to be our best versions of ourselves.
Yeah.
I think turn off is someone that's not active. They don't have to be fit. I just want someone that like does things, like goes outside, does adventures, because like I feel like that's the whole point of living, is doing things.
Yeah.
And that's something that's super important to me, because like I feel like I get endorphins from doing things.
You do.
I'm trying to think if there's any other turn-ons. I mean, obviously, like,
I feel like a turnoff for you is if they're not positive. I feel like you're in this new era of like positivity, because like any negativity is going to bring you down, and you just want to have this good, happy, bubbly environment around you. And if they can't bring that to the table, it's not going to work.
I also think it's really attractive when someone can cook.
Yes.
Because like not that I can't cook, but like I think it's hot when a guy like cooks for me. Like I think that's the most sexy thing. I also think too, like someone making it known that they're attracted to me.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like them like reassuring me is hot, but like them just telling me that. And then also the other thing, you guys know I'm grandma. And when I talk on these podcasts, for some reason I get tired. But the other thing too that like really turns me on is when someone like makes it known they're not talking to anyone else.
Yes.
Like I don't want a player. I want a man who is down for me and only me.
Yes, I agree. I can be territorial, and I'm just like, even if like buddies, I'm like, if you're fucking me, you're not fucking nobody else.
Yeah, it's just
like,
not safe. Like
it's not. No.
And at least for me, like I don't know, like I know like the right man will make me want to like just be with him. But at the same time, like that, for me to commit to that, I want to know they're down for me, because like I also have this belief, which I don't know if you agree with me on this, but tell me what you think. I believe that the man should love the woman more, because the moment that the man doesn't, it's not going to work. And that's just my belief. Like my ex loved me more than I loved him, and I loved him a lot, but he definitely, the reason the relationship lasted was because he loved me more, I believe. And his actions showed it. Like he never did me wrong. Like he always had my back. And like if someone doesn't love you more, they will lose interest. Like I didn't lose interest in him. He tried, even when things were not going well. Like he put in the effort. When a man loves a woman more, they will put in the effort. Otherwise, they will get lazy, give up, and find something new.
Yeah.
And like women aren't the same. Like we're emotionally attached. That's why I think the man has to love the woman more.
Yeah. I can see that. I definitely can see that. But I also think like your guys' relationship in general, he just like didn't live for himself anymore. And I think that was a big factor why.
Like we broke up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can see that theory 100%, but I feel like if it's to the extent that he like.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like I don't think that's healthy. I just think like he needs to love me more. Yeah. Because otherwise they cheat. Otherwise they find something else. Otherwise, like if I love like, or immediately more interested in a guy, usually they like don't care anymore. Like they like the conquest. They like the chase.
That's true. Yeah, I can see that.
But I'm not saying like you have to agree. I'm just saying like
no, but I think your points are valid.
Because like think about what just happened to me a little bit ago.
Yeah.
I liked him more. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
And anytime I've ever liked a guy more, they stop seeing what they have in front of them.
Yeah.
And like not that they like don't know what they have in front of them. They just like think they have it in a bag, and then they don't have to like try.
So, and like with that, then do you find it hard how you always kind of have to be like, not detached, but be a certain way with them for them to be that way?
Dude, I haven't even figured out that process yet, because like I want to be able to figure out how to be like, how much do I have to, like, how much effort do I want to put in?
Yeah.
How attached do I want to be? Because that's such a hard thing. Like, I don't know, because like I don't play games. Like I'm not a game player.
Yeah.
I want someone to just be upfront and honest about how they feel about me. And like, I think that's why my last relationship did so well, because we were honest with each other.
Yeah, all the time.
We didn't play games. Like, in the beginning of talking to someone, like sometimes you go a little nuts.
Yeah.
Like I remember like, I still went nuts with him a little bit, because like, I wanted to know what he was thinking. I wanted to like, know, I was eager. Like, but we worked out because he like the night we like after our first date we had sex, and he texted me at 5 a.m. when I left his place.
Oh.
And it was like a paragraph, and it was like, I had so much fun with you. Like,
See, I love that.
Yeah,
so
but that
sweet.
was like the reassurance I needed to know, like, I didn't fuck it up.
Yeah.
I think too, like after that, like I would go and bring him lunch to work, and like I'm that type of person, which makes it kind of hard because like I feel like either that comes off too strong,
yeah,
or it comes off like I care about them more and they don't have to try, and then they give up. And like with him, he didn't treat me that way, so that's why it ended up working out. But I always wonder, like, what's the method that works? Because there's girls that get boyfriends all the time, and I always wonder.
I don't understand how.
No, but I always wonder, like, what's going on behind closed doors, and how did they land?
Yeah,
like
literally.
10 boyfriends in a row. I'm like, I personally wouldn't want that, but I just wonder, like, what they're doing, like, like to get a guy to like want to commit to them.
Because I don't understand. I mean, shoot, I can't even have it in me to like want to commit to somebody.
Is it them just being themselves, or is it them like playing the game well enough to get to keep a guy? I don't know. Like, that's such a weird, like, I've thought about that.
And like, does playing the game even make you happy? Like, what do you get out of that?
That's what I'm saying. Because for me, like, I don't want to not be I want to be myself. Like, I don't want to be anything else.
Yeah.
And I think for you too, like, you don't want to be anything else. And I think that's what makes it so hard is like the turn-ons and the turn-offs. Like, now I try and look for red flags, but when I'm so into someone, I can't see them.
Oh my God.
I'm fucking black and white, baby. Like, you can't tell. Green looks the same as red. Like, so, yeah.
I feel like it's complicated.
I know. I feel like dating in general is. But I want you guys to tell me, what are your red flags? What are your turn-ons, turn-offs in the comments down below, or like tweet them to me or whatever. But the links are in the description. I hope that you guys have an amazing day, night, week. Just remember, you're always loved. Sydney out.